Hai, Assalamualaikum to Sir Muhammad Asidik bin Cik Ahmad. Now our team will do a practical exercise presentation and kupas network. Introduce, my name is Muhammad Azhar bin Samsudin, method number F2056 and my team members KBR Rasen Anak Lelaki Mahindran, method number F2076. For this practical exercise 1, they have four objectives, which is for part 1, sketch and boot the network. Part 2, configure and display the basic configuration. Part 3, configure and display syslog with entity. And part 4, display the communication device. For this practical exercise, we have sketch and boot the network. As you can see here, we have include 2 server, 4 PC, 2 switch, and 3 routers. Before we do any configuration to our topology network, we have create a addressing table for device. As you can see, each device have an interface, the IP, subnet mask, also the default gateway. For part 2, we have configure and display the basic configuration. For the left is switch 2, which is you can see we have create a host name, which is a host name S2. We create a INT VLAN 1 and we include the IP address on the S2, which is IP at 192.168.20.2. And on the right, you can see the S1 and we create a host name S1 and we enter the interface VLAN 1. Then we include a IP at 192.168.10.2. For a router, we have a dual configuration for R1 and R2. R1, we have changed the host name to R1 and we enter a interface and we no shut. Then we enter the IP address that we have show at the address table. Then for R2 also, we have two same configuration, which is we change the host name to R2 and we include the IP address. For router T configuration, we have changed the host name to R3 and we enter interface and we no shutdown. Then we include the IP address on the interface. Then the rest of it, we include the IP address on the addressing table that we showed before. Then for the NTP and syslog, we have do a configuration IP, which is the NTP, we do a static IP and the IP address is 10.10.2.2. And for syslog also the IP configuration is static. The IP was 192.168.10.2.
A very good day, sir. My name is Kamesh Saraki Mahindran. My number card is 01DDT21F2076. So today we will see about the configuration and display the basic configurations. So for the basic configuration with PC1, PC2, PC3 and PC4, so which is assigned IP for each end devices. So which is for PC1 is 192.168.10.10, and for the subnet mask is triple times 255 and dot zero, and the default gateway 192.168.10.1. And for PC2, so we use the same IP, but the IP is the behind the last IP is it will be different, which is dot 11, and the subnet mask is triple times 255.0, and the default gateway is same like a PC1. And for the PC3, we have to assign the IP address which is 192.168.20.11. So the subnet mask is triple times 255 and the point zero. And for the default gateway is 192.168.20.1. And for PC4, so we set the PC4 IP address is 192.168.20.10, So the subnet mask is triple times 255 and point 0, and the default gateway is 192.168.20.1. So for part 3 is a configuration and display the syslog with NTP. So for router 1, we have the first of all we have to log in the NTP server or syslog server. So which is type the command is a login and the IP server for syslog. So is so it will use on router 1, switch 1 and switch 2. So for the command is logging 192.168.10.12. So this is the IP for server syslog. And for the setup for the NTP, so we have to type the command, so which is for router 1, so we have to set up the NTP server 10.10.10.2. So the service, so we have to enable the time steps service, so which is the command is service time steps log date and time millisecond. And for switch 1, we must set the clock, which is the command is clock set 14 2 3, so which is by day of the December 12th, the year is 2023. So then we have to get in the global configuration mode and enable the services of timestamps. And for the switch 2 we do the same thing, but so we do the same thing on switch 2. So for the NTP master, so we must to assign the router 1 as an NTP master, which is the command is NTP master 8. And you can see the table of the NTP server. So first we have to get into the service. So after you get into the service, you can see lots of options, which is we must select the NTP option. So after we select, we just on the services. So after on the NTP services, so it will show the tables of it means that it will show the calendar. So to set the date and time and the year. So now we see the NTP client. So I set two router as a NTP client, which is router one and which is a router two and router three. So first we have to the command is we must get in the global configuration mode. So and NTP server and the NTP server's IP. After it, we have to configuration by the console and by console, and the command will pop up. So after it, we get into the user exec mode, and we type the show NTP associations. So we can see the addresses, reference log, refer clock, and when Paul reach delay. So the details on the NTP server. If- And for the R3 also same. So we have to set up the NTP server and the NTP IP on the router 3. So after it, we must exit on global configuration mode. After we enter the user exec mode, we have to type the same thing, show NTP associations. So the you can see the details, the NTP servers. So you can see the address, clock, and Paul reach delay and offsets. And for the part 4, we must show the displays the communications between the devices. So on the NTP master or router 1, we have to log in into our syslog server, and we do the interface loopback on global configuration mode. So after it, we have to shut down the interface loopback. After we shut down the interface loopback, we we must to enter the user exec mode. After user exec mode, it will be sorry it will so we must type the command to save the configurations. After it, we have enter ballet to the sorry re-enter the global configuration mode, which is which is a config t or configure terminal. After it, we have to type command for ntp server and the ip. So after this, we have to enable the services time steps. So after it, we have to loop back the interface, and we do the no shutdown. So after you can see the details of the after we do the no shutdown, you can see the details of the NTP master. So the day, the month, the second, and the delay, and the loopback. So all, and after this, you open the syslog server, and you can see the time time, host name, and the messages. So these are the communications between the devices. After it, after we ping or do the some configuration, you can see the syslog server. So you can see the lots of times a lots of variation times or different configurations in the syslog router. So for now, you can see the pings between the PCs and the syslog server for PC1, PC2, PC3, and the PC4. So I drag the PTU file. I connect with the PCs with the syslog server. It's really I'm get a successful results. So which is the end devices are successfully communication between the each end devices. So that's all from me, sir. Thank you.